Hello and welcome back to part 3 of the fixing traffic tutorial with mods. And we're still playing around with this. We have the diverging diamond interchange, which is a solid interchange. And it seems like this should be working fine. We just have such a huge mass of, like, it's just a never-ending line of cars that are ultimately trying to get through this thing. I'm just trying to think, like, what is going on? A lot of the issue seems to be here. We might just actually end up sort of, it's not really cheating, but giving these people a quick little bypass just to get through the whole thing. Giving these people a little bypass just to get through the whole thing. See, you would think that, and I'm trying to think, if we did 2 lanes here, would that help? I mean, none of these people need to get here to get back this way, right? So they all need to cross over. All these people need to cross over, and a good chunk of these people coming here need to cross over this way. We might need to do, this is not exactly what I would call realistic, right? But we might need to just slip something in here. We haven't actually gone through the beautification step for the move it, but I don't know if we need to do that. So this can only go there or there. This also doesn't need to be a light. So here, of course, this is not realistic, so let's get this raised up here. Looks fine, though. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to come in, upgrade tool, flip this to the elevated, so that we can just get rid of that sort of ground effect there. I'll go back to default so we don't forget to change that later. And then we can move, we can go in with move it, grab these little pillars, and just kind of move them just for us, right? These are just aesthetics, so we're just kind of moving it so they don't conflict with what we got going on. So here's the thing now. Now we need to go in here, set the speed limit on this to be much higher, and reduce the speed limit on this, because what's going on is people are prioritizing this. When we want them to prioritize the bypass. Set it all to 80. That's actually probably even too fast. Oh, whoops, we set our bypass to 80. We need that at 100. Actually, let's go down to, like, heck, let's go to 60. Especially for this area that's already, like, gridlocked. Whoops. Whoops, whoops. We just set the actual freeway there. That wasn't the intent. That's why there's 2 60s there. I gotcha. So now that this is on 60, we should be seeing people starting to take the this little bypass thing. The AI, their brain sort of has to update. Okay, let's go to 50. It really is a much longer distance, so we are having to really kind of force the AI's hand here. Are you allowed? Oh, they're not allowed to go there. Whoops. That'll fix stuff. They are not even allowed to go to there. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Now people are using this thing. So we're just getting them around and into this area easier. We don't have so many people using this system here. The time traffic light needs adjustments. Stop. We don't need... This 510 is like way too high for this traffic here. This needs to be like 4.6 probably is enough for crying out loud. We need to up the minimum here probably too, because that might be causing issues. It might be triggering a minimum when it shouldn't be. We need to give these people way more right away. Come on. And why do we have no one using this now? Someone's using it. Some people are using it. Okay. So this seems to be working. There's just so many cars that need to get into this area. Are we getting a backup here? Is it because there's a backup somewhere up ahead that's not allowing these cars to just like get in here whether they need to get in here? We might need a timed traffic light here actually. All of them are turning here, therefore they're all in this lane. See, so here's something that we haven't talked about yet, guys. Let's go into the menu. Let's go into options, go to traffic manager mod. We need to make sure, oh, we don't even have it. Okay. we haven't enabled advanced vehicle AI. So this is, you don't need to play with anything in these settings. Currently, at the time of making this video, the parking is actually broken. I strongly recommend you do not activate this, but a lot of people play with this when it's not broken. But currently there's an issue with this with the mod, so as long as we avoid that, everything's going to work fine. We're not going to play around with any of these settings, but we do need to enable advanced vehicle AI. Holy cow. The fact that we've gotten this far without enabling that is actually pretty impressive. Dynamic lane selection, this basically allows the vehicles to make sort of random decisions, and by chance they might sort of get into an empty lane. Right? They're not going to bar themselves from going to where they need to go, but if they have choices between two lanes, they're going to do a little bit of a random choice. The higher you put this, the better, but consider that this does actually tax your computer more. So I know a lot of people that run it at 50%, putting it 20 to 25% shouldn't have any issue on performance, but just play around with this a little bit. You're going to want to enable advanced vehicle AI no matter what, and then you're going to want to increase dynamic lane selection, probably no less than 20%. We'll put it at 35% though. And this should, we should like eventually start seeing a lot better lane usage and less conga lines. So some of these people, hopefully some of these as an example will be turning right here. Yep. These people probably are doing that because of the dynamic lane selection. Otherwise they would have just been piling into the same thing. So there's just a lot of traffic. There's just a lot of traffic. They're stopping here for no reason. So we got to go in here, traffic manager mod, give them the ability to go through the intersection, right? That'll actually fix this entire issue over here. Just fine. It's already fixing itself. Yeah, it looks like a mess. We could come in with a time traffic light or something. So now what we're doing to fix this intersection, I trust this intersection, especially with the bypass. I trust this system. We just have too many cars and they're getting clogged up. We just need to figure out why are they getting clogged up? Where are they getting? They're not getting clogged up in the roundabout. Roundabout, there's no traffic here. It's flowing. Once they get to the roundabout, they're just flowing through it. Nice and easy. Although we don't need traffic lights. We have way too many traffic lights. Way too many traffic lights. Is that what's going on in this area? No. Let's go in and just get the roads upgraded to this, like, one of my favorite road types, which is the this 4-lane road. Takes up the space of the regular 2-lane road, but it's 4 lanes, just a small 4-lane road. There's a lot of cars moving through here, and we're getting better lane usage. We're getting much better lane usage. Unfortunately, sometimes the what is going on? Pedestrians are crossing. That's problematic. This is a 3-point intersection. We probably need to come in with time lights. We need time lights here and here. I don't know if that's going to be enough to fix all the issues, but we need a time light here. Luckily, time lights in 3-point T intersections are pretty dang strong. Pretty dang strong. So let's go in with the time light here. Add step. Let's not have this default. Let's just go back to like a 4-min. 4-8 and just create 3 steps. Again, we have 3 points of entry. We're going to need 3 steps. We're going to change the mode so that we can separate out the different bits here. And we are going to save this. But we are going to back out for a second because we do need to paint the lines, right? We haven't painted the lines here. We have a lot of traffic coming this way, but unfortunately, we are not going to allow both these lanes to turn left. Now, it seems like that would be a really good idea, but because we are doing a timed traffic light, we really need dedicated lanes. We could go up to a 6-lane. If we went up to a 6-lane, we could have rights and we could have 2 lefts, right? We could have 1 right lane and 2 lefts, and that might be what we need. Honestly, that might be what we need. If this doesn't fix it, we can come in with a 6-lane. But right now, the cool thing about this is while they're straight and turning left, we can actually have them turning right too. Because they're turning left, they can be turning right. That's why we need these lanes doing one job. One job. This is a pretty huge, this is a massively important one. If we look at the traffic right now, most of the traffic is here. So this needs a lot of time to get through and turn left. This here is turning right. There's a decent amount of traffic just trying to turn right here. So we really want this one to be a massive step. Like a massive step. Like we're going to go 414 on this. The next step, though, just working our way around, will be they're going straight and turning right, and then they can also go straight here. That's going to be far less important. But there is a lot of backup there. But proportionally, there's less, so we're just going to keep it at a 4 and an 8. Last step here, they're green, and while they're green, they're turning right. Again, this one's probably actually the least important step. It appears to be. Let's go 7 here, and then let's give that extra second to this step here. Let's start this and just kind of like watch it for a second here, guys. It's going to take a second because a lot of the people are in the wrong lanes here. But this is flowing. This is flowing great here. Now another issue we got going on is pedestrians, right? We have a lot of pedestrian movement here. Probably because the city has no public transportation. I just realized that. We have a disproportional amount of pedestrians. Oh man. We might have to go up to 6 lanes. Yep. Gotta bite the bullet here. In fact, we have to go up to 6 lanes. And we need to create a system for the pedestrians. worry, we'll rezone all this, but this does need to be... That's fine there. We don't need 6 lanes here because once they get the roundabout, everything's fine. Let's go in and let's rezone all this just so we're not like cheating by reducing traffic by reducing the amount of buildings or something. Let's make sure that this is all well zoned. In fact, this is going to create additional, like extra traffic because we're zoning new areas. Those people are going to have to move to town. Okay. Now with the 6 lanes, we need to go in and repaint this. So most of the traffic here is trying to turn right. We'll give them that. This is actually one of the cool perks here, is we can actually make these lanes not merge, and this straight's actually going to get a permanent green. Going to get a permanent green. If we dictate which lanes here go in, then we can dictate which lane is no good. This one then goes to nowhere, really. Or we could say that one goes to there, so more people... Just trying to think, how do we divvy up the turning responsibilities here? Do we give it to this teal, or do we give it to the orange, the yellow-orange? We can change it later, but the point of the story is these are turning left. They're fixated on turning left. These cars mostly were... I don't even know what these cars were doing, to be honest. Were they mostly turning left, or were they mostly going straight? I think we have something set up here. I think we have something set up here now that'll work. Go into the time traffic lights. Now we need to change... Oh wait, no, the modes are fine. That's actually... Okay, it's remembering what we just did. That's cool. The difference is we can actually go in and with the way that we have sort of slightly customized this, we can actually go in and just set green straight to be permanently green. So, or here, these people can just go straight all the time. That's fine. Let's try this. Let's try this like this. If a lot of these people, if most of these people are turning right, we'll figure it out. Some of the AI is having to sort of reconfigure it. Sort of having to reconfigure. Why are we not getting more usage out of this middle lane? Okay, some issues going on here. We need to make it so they can go through... Oops. I think because this is a different type of road, they're kind of freaking out a little bit. It's fine. If they get bottlenecked here a little bit, it's fine. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. That's actually doing pretty nice, actually. I mean, there's just a lot of backup. It takes time to work through that backup, you know what I mean? But what are we getting? Are we getting most of the people trying to turn right here? Yeah, it actually kind of does look like we're getting most of the people turn right, so we can fix that. We don't have to change. We don't have to adjust the traffic light at all. We're just going to say these people are going straight. Better lane usage. We see them actually pulling out to the outside lane. We don't see as many of them cutting over. Some of them are, but not as many. Better lane usage. Better lane usage. We could keep an eye on the timers as well. These guys are getting too much... No, they're turning because they're turning, and that's an important area. Important point to do that. Just a lot of cars here, guys. A lot of cars. Okay. Here's an obvious fix. I think this is actually how you're kind of supposed to fix it normally. Obvious fix is we could just actually add in more points of entry into this system. And there's nothing wrong with doing this. Like, this should have already been this way, probably. There we go. So now not every single car has to go through this one intersection, although I think we potentially were getting it to work. Look at this. We're getting it to work actually before you... Wait a second. Now I'm actually kind of thinking to myself. Do we get rid of these? It's flowing. No, let's keep the zoning back so that we're not cheating or anything. But we do want to take out the traffic lights here, if we created any. And we did. How did we create them down here? I thought we checked for those. And we don't have a timed light here. But now that we've gotten this backup taken care of, actually it's been taken care of pretty nicely. Okay, let's create the a similar time traffic light system here. We have it. We don't even have this painted for crying. Personally, I think most of these are going to go there, but I don't know. Okay, cool. Now we go in with the time traffic light. Set up a time traffic light. Add 3 steps, because this is a 3-point interchange. We haven't even looked at our DDI to see if that's working or not. Change the modes. There we go. Now for this one, they're going to be green. That's a big one, right? While they're green, they can be turning right. Those are 2 pretty important ones. So we definitely need to get these people flowing off of the freeway. That's huge. Maybe 4 and 12. That might be a little high, actually. But that's okay. So while these people are going there, they can actually be turning right. That's going to be pretty important, too. Although we're not getting as much backup here, I don't believe, as we are to the back here. So maybe 7's going to be enough. We'll have to play around with it. And maybe we can give the other one that extra second, right? Put them up to 9. So we do need to go in and actually give them this. Because while they're turning like this, they actually get to go straight. So that's kind of cool. Start. Go the counters. Watch it for a second here. And we have cars that are lingering in the intersection that aren't supposed to be there. So we need them to clear out so that we can see the actual traffic light as it's intended to be done. We also got some kind of annoying lane changing going on here. And we might need to actually give this straight or left turn. We might have to try that. Which we should be able to do because this straight doesn't really merge with anybody. That is a lot of cars. That is a lot of cars. Not getting the lane usage here that I'd like to see. Not getting the lane usage here. What is this saying? It's paused. We had that off, guys. Wow. Help me out here, game. What's going on? Time traffic light. That's working. That's working. It's a stop, which means it's going. There we go. We click on this. It shows a green arrow there. Good. Okay, so I don't know what that little message was all about. So we need to go here. We need to give these people way more right away. What I'm noticing to match the amount of right away that these people. Why is the minimum? What's going on here? Yeah, that minimum needs to actually be cut down. 3. I don't know, 5. It doesn't need to be long on this one. It need to be long. This is a 2-point, guys. Come on. 2-point system. Oh, these are... Oh, okay. 5 minimum. No. 3 minimum. 6 max. 6, not 16. Maximum here. And let's give these people... Let's give them 12. There we go. Now we didn't proportionally set it up for the... Okay, good. Perfectly. Went yellow. Boom. Go. We need to pick up the speed here, too. There's no reason... These cars can go a bit faster than me. Vanilla has it going at 80, so let's put it back up to 8. Put this to 70 and hope they all don't take this way. A lot of cars, though, getting stuck here. We could give them... We could actually make this a timed light as well, right? This would be always green. Just because these cars are swerving across, but I think in the short term, what we could do is simply just beef this up a bit and just let them kind of be flowing like this. Distributing themselves a little bit more. Nope. You're still not allowed to turn left there. You're still not allowed to turn left there. Now we don't have them cutting across so much traffic. It's nice. Man, this is good lane usage. Okay, we're gonna have to customize this more. It never ends, guys. It never ends. Okay, so this was sort of like a very time traffic light heavy. Now but we are fixing. Look at this. There's no traffic here at all. There's no traffic here. We are actually fixing traffic. This isn't traffic. This is just parking. Okay, guys, we are actually working ourselves back now. So we fixed a lot of traffic here. Remember, it used to be backed all the way up to here. We haven't even played with that. We are working our way through the traffic. Let's take a pause in here. This has been a very heavy time traffic light episode. But we will continue on in the next episode and continue to work through this and play around with this. But it is working. We are shrinking the traffic issue. All right, thank you so much, everybody, for watching another episode. I will see you guys in the next one.